Catherine Thompson was arrested last week for battery and falsifying documents. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump says the slurs make this a hate crime. First Coast News' Julia Janae is live tonight from JSO headquarters. And Julia, I understand that Crump says he wants something before any lawsuit is actually filed.
Heather, that's right. He wants all video and surveillance from that evening on June 29th. That's where Kirenda Welch, or when Kirenda Welch was escorted here to JSO's prisoner intake and was admitted here. And it's behind these doors that inmates are searched and they are processed. And you can see outside as well as inside, there are multiple surveillance cameras on this facility. But this particular incident happened in the rare case that nothing is being recorded. Now, Crump voiced concerns today that there were other officers who may have seen this beating take place and that nothing was done. He also said that a culture may have been created at JSO where Catherine Thompson learned what happened. Thompson is 21 and had only been on the force 18 months.
Who did she learn this from? You know, what veteran officers or administration was there to say, this is where we take people in this particular room when we don't want it on video surveillance?
Now, both Welch and officers do say that there were other officers who came and broke up that fight and made an accurate report that led to this arrest. Now, in the internal affairs report that was filed by Welch, it's several pages long, but she indicates that there were racial slurs that were made, and she says that she responded in kind at one point. But it's that information and those remarks that attorneys say make this crime not just a misdemeanor battery, but a hate crime and a felony. For now, reporting from JSO, Julia Janae, First Coast News, on your side.
Julia, thank you. And JSO has terminated that corrections officer.